Should I go beast mode or ride?
Beast mode. Beast mode.
Okay, you know.
This piece is titled Barbaric Barbie. I wrote it during National Poetry Month. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I was born from the belly of a beautiful queen. Brown skin baked beneath the berry sun. I wear bifocals so my focus will be more clearer. My brain was bogarted by brilliance. I'm a buxom beauty who's far from skinny. I'm fat and bountiful words that keeps me full. I'm not quite blacker than a berry, but my juice, my sweetness is the truth. Don't get blindsided by this brown-eyed beauty you see. This black bombshell ain't no basic chick. In the blink of an eye, I'll flip the script. I can bruise egos while painting billboards with my bold print. My ballpoint Vic can butcher barbarians, and I'll proudly take the blame for the bloodshed. I'm the bodyguard to billion-dollar babies. My boys were birthed from beauty beholded, molded out of clay, shipped straight from the motherland. They were breastfed by unbreakable bottles, which means we have an unbreakable bond. Word is bond, this mama bear is protective over her cubs. Bother my babies and your beating will be brutal. Any conflict will be crucial to your lifespan, see. I bust caps with bullets that are hollowed. Shoot holes through your throat, making it hard to swallow. I blast bombs over Baghdad, making you an outcast. Going Blade Runner on these bitches. Bums' bodies will be bludgeoned beneath my black high-heeled booties like they were beaten with bats, and barricade your ass in a basement, cutting off air circulation. You'll barely be able to breathe. Feel my wrath if anyone approaches my seeds. I'll watch a motherfucker bleed as I bury my blade into the backs of bad guys. Crimson colored splashes sprinkle on the walls like glitter as your DNA drips from my machete like confetti. Hell, y'all ain't ready. I don't consider myself cocky when I inflict carnage. I just convincingly get my point across when your point is to cross me and my offspring. I'm raising future kings who will bring the same collateral damage to savages who manage to drag bullshit to our home. I will be the thorn in your backside. This rose will bloom for a long period of time through concrete with weapons of mass destruction by my side.
That's real good. We're going to go back to Robbie.
To be or not to be, that is not the question. I decided long ago to be. With me, it's what to be. Make me some suggestion. Good or bad, which is the best for me? I'm gonna hurt the words. If it's naughty to rouge your lips, shake your shoulders and twist your hips. Let the lady confess, I want to be bad. If it's naughty to vamp the man, sleep each morning till after 10, then the answer is yes, I want to be bad. This thing of being a good little goodie is all very well. What can you do when you're loaded with plenty of help and vigor? When you're learning what lips are for, if it's naughty to ask for more, let the lady confess, I want to be bad.
Thank you, Robbie, for coming back to the microphone. One thing I love about this place of all the years that I've been here for is that one thing is for sure, if you say that we're going to do the list one time, the list gets longer each time it goes around. Well, I invited my little partner with not to come by, one of my neighborhood talents with not to come by, and he actually came to support. I'd like to introduce it, cordially introduce my partner, Deshaun Taylor.
Say a long poem and anything, I'm just gonna get straight to the point. It's really poetry. But it's, I have the floor and I have the time to speak my mind and help lead the blind, who will never find and see the sign that sex, hate, and greed is intertwined. They say smoking will cause cancer, while selling money is the answer. Now you see and witness what's important. What you really need, you can't afford it. Turn against it, now you're in the street. 3 meals a day turns to nothing to eat. Don't need gas to use your feet. Now your mind, body, and heart and soul is not feeling weak. stand tall and be loud and never bow. And if you listen to this, you wonder how the word works. Thank you, may God bless.
So please give a round of applause. You guys gotta remember that I came from the same place that God came from, and a lot of people don't support us, you know what I mean? If we support our own, whether you're black, white, we're all human, you know what I mean? Support each other. And that's a good segue into my next artist. This lady does a lot around town. If y'all ain't seen this lady, you've seen the lady and ain't paid her no mind. You need to pay attention to whatever she says right now on this microphone, because she's always with some positive stuff. Her family's been very good with mine, and I've been very good to them. I cordially would like to gradually introduce Cindy Mitchell.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for having me. I spent a lot of time working around this city, trying to make it better. My brother was murdered by the Vallejo Police Department, with his hands up in front of his house doing nothing. And I know that you guys have watched the news and you guys hear about, what happened to Mike Brown. They don't understand that before Mike Brown, it was a Mike White, it was a Mario Romero, it was a Anton Barrett. It was a lot of people that have been murdered in our city unjustly. This poem that I wrote is called He Feared for His Life. He feared for his life, that someday your knowledge will be enough power to make things right. He feared for his life, ensuring your potential would never see the light. He feared for his life and your beautiful skin. With oppression and hate, he is determined to win. He feared for his life and your empty hands and misguided judgment by your sagging pants. He feared for his life and your sitting on the curb for doing nothing, trying not to work his nerve. He feared for his life as he demands that you raise your hands and drop the notch that holds your ill-fitting pants, squeezing his trigger in a split-second glance. 40 shots fired, 8 straight through the hands. Your loved one's life is stolen without a first chance. He feared for his life. I'm so sick and fucking tired of hearing he feared for his life. We know you don't care. We know that you're not interested in justice, with your guns drawn to our heads demanding trust us. Those days are over. Buried deeper than our loved ones whose lives you have stolen. You'll be burning in hell while our loved ones are singing, "Picture me rolling." But that won't begin to ease our pain when all you do is take lives for monetary gain. Administrative leave equals taxpayer-funded paid vacation, while our families paddle through quicksand like devastation. Screw us is what you do. Then you try to turn the tables when we finally say, fuck you. Kill our loved ones twice in the flesh, then you make a mockery out of their life. Create stories that don't make sense, like black man shot in the back while aiming a gun at police and hopping over a fence. Or black man aims a fake gun at police knowing damn well you murdered Mario and cut him from his seat. We're sick and tired of being under attack by bullies with badges who kill mostly the brown and black. The white and the poor barely stand a chance. With soot on your face, you become a brown man. Labeled by police as crazy and unworthy of equality. Alive and thriving as police brutality. Thank you.
On top of that, Papaya, Mario Romero, Papaya was a very good friend of mine. And I don't understand their story or none of the crap either. I know they full of fuckery, excuse me, mother. But, it is what it is, we all know. And with that being said, one more time, thank you, you're awesome. And I need you to get back on the mic. Here we go. This one, I'm pretty sure you guys have all heard the old school song by Marsha Ambrosia called I Hope She Cheats on You with a Basketball Player and all that crap. Have you heard? If those who've been around here know I wrote that bitch a response. I was mad about it. That bitch hurt my feelings. Let her keep talking. I'm gonna answer her in just a minute. There we go. Y'all see, look at my face. I'll wait to do this all night. All right, here we go. You ready? Did that bitch just say, I hope she cheats on you with a basketball player? Well, I hope you catch an STD and your pussy falls off. I hope you catch lockjaw and can't suck another dick, since that's all your mouth good for anyway. I hope a motherfucker steals your car while you at work and goes on a 2-hour high-speed chase to Vallejo and crashes down off the Vallejo boat launch. I might sound a little bitter, but when I found out you had a song, that song is my ringtone, bitch, I took you serious. How as soon as you leave the club on Friday night, a bird shits right in the middle of your first tracks. I hope a nigga wipe a booger in your coffee at Starbucks tomorrow. I hope you test 12 dudes or more and never find out who your baby daddy is. I hope you bleach your hair and your scalp goes bald, so we can see the razor bumps in the back of your neck and your thoughts. I hope you walk in the house one day and see your dude getting his back blown out by a one-eyed midget. Maybe I've gone too far. Maybe I went a little overboard. But in the words of Dave Chappelle, I hope all the bad things in the world happen to you and only you. I fucking hate you. And the gloves are off. Jerry Steiner.
This is called That Man. Out of the now blossoming population of the revived logging town, mostly retirees from California, there are only a handful of people who remember him when he was normal. He had grown up here and apparently lost sight of reality sometime in his early 40s, but from the looks of it, you would assume he had only recently gone crazy. As the story goes, the garden his father attended to for nearly a decade had always met with failure. Much of the land at one time or another had been a creek bed, and rocks were endless, as if breeding underground. The strawberries he had planted during the first season seemed to do just fine on their own, but every other plant and herb died before maturity. His father buried a dead car battery next to a row of green beans, not thinking much of it really, since virtually every piece of waste and garbage was either buried or burned somewhere on the property. Whether it was a new strain of green bean previously untried or the season had been ripe for them to succeed is uncertain, but the green beans flourished with great tenacity, and all praise was directed towards the dead car battery. He had never seen his father so elated, finding a way to incorporate green beans with virtually every meal while freezing several bags to extend the experience far into fall. It was that winter his father concluded that the soil was lacking something the batteries provided and decided that they would collect dead car batteries for the garden. However, his father passed before spring arrived, leaving his battery experiment unfulfilled. Words began to circulate around town what he intended to do, and many were relieved he had passed before he had the chance to do such a ridiculous thing, but his son was determined to carry it out. That spring, 10 batteries were buried, one at the head of every row. The green beans grew again, as did the strawberries, but not with the same vigor they did a season ago. He determined the batteries were placed too far away, and he buried additional ones in the center and foot of every row the following season. For the next several years, progression continued until he stopped planting anything but batteries. The batteries began forming their own rows as if they were going to fruit themselves, sprouting black and red wires from prongs now visible from the wind and rain. 10 years passed and he had assembled a battery garden reaching nearly an acre in size. He said it was his idea of converting something that was dead into something beautiful. Everyone who saw it, though none of them invited, found the orange-colored dirt dreadful. The local government had made many attempts to force him to clean up his garden, but he refused and used every last bit of his assets to fight them. What others saw as a form of pollution, he saw as a tribute to his father an absolute work of art that needed to be preserved. As he became more withdrawn from the public, he became more attached to the batteries and identified with them. This is the point where he went crazy. This is when he began to see his garden as a cemetery, when the batteries became his friends, when each battery had a story of how it came to be there, when he saw himself as being part of it, something whole, as something complete, he and his children, and no one was going to take any of them away.
Erica Snyder, please come back to the mic, please.
That handsome chap is my husband. Okay, this is a period piece.
I ain't hear it correctly.
It's a period piece.
Okay. Well.
For every 3 dimes of days, a nickel's worth is stolen by scarlet talismans of original sin. Pain cloud descends upon woman, inviting muddied thoughts and bottom-heavy emotion. Chance of new life not planted, washing away, awaiting new invaders.